Do you remember this building from ages ago when I started working on this a couple years ago? Well, I know a few of you have been asking in the comments, what's happening with this? I'm building a tiny cabin off-grid in the woods. What does this place spark in your imagination? What do you think of when you look at this tiny cabin? It's taken me a year since last winter, when I first discovered this place, to dream up and start working on this project. And now, here we are. Can you picture yourself here, waking up and looking out the second floor window to all the beautiful trees outside, feeling the warmth of the fireplace below, and the whisper of the trees outside, maybe the dollop of the occasional snowfall? Hi, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Flossy, and this is Siren Step Van, my tiny home on wheels. I built this van conversion myself, and this series begins our adventures of converting this rundown, rodent-infested, sketchy kids' playhouse into the most dreamy of all off-grid tiny house cabins. I am excited to take all the skills I started learning in the van conversion and build on them, get better, improve, make art, and learn more as I take on this little building. It's a good skeleton, a frame for all my hopes and dreams of a tiny cabin in the woods to come true. I have to start with a little deconstruction, and my hope... Oh yay, and there's been mice and rats in there. Ew. This has got to come out. Oh, yuck. Oh, look, here's some more. Oh, mice. Mouse and rats. The property owner, who's a dear one to me, intends this cabin to be a remote, off-grid retreat space for our community, which I will have access to and get to use sometimes. Really, we have to start from the ground up, floor, insulation, waterproofing, all the way in before we start even thinking about what's on the inside and making it into a livable space. Part of what we're also doing is going to knock out walls, make the space bigger. This is a huge job. Bent, it is curved, but I want to insulate underneath it, and I'm not crawling underneath, so we're going to start from the bottom and work up. This is what I mean by rodent. They've come in and they've shredded some of the previous insulation and just destroyed it. And I don't want to touch it. I don't want to go anywhere near it. But we're going to clean it up so that we can take the floor out.
I'm gonna have this floor up in no time. Woo!
Oh, gross. This took 2 full days, longer than I expected. So like half a foot, 3/4 of a foot of headroom for me, anyone taller than me. If you put more more on top of the existing floor, you lose headroom. We're also going to be insulating up here, so I wanted to make sure that there was enough space below and above for all the bits and pieces we want to do. So that'll be exciting, because that's the next step. But after that, the next job is to remove this wall and move it out. I have, inside of here, got the insulation material, kindly gifted to me by a friend. Half removed all the nails from this. So that almost comes off. However, instead of trying to fight with it for like several more days, because I've been fighting with this off camera, I am going to get a saw and just go. This is not a weight-bearing wall, so it's just gonna come straight out. It's the last big piece of demolition. Oh, you know what? And I didn't take pictures of all the birds' nests that were up there.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate your help.
Sure thing.
I was so blocked with this. But it's gonna be going again. We're gonna put doors and windows and glass and walls and structure and support.
Yeah.
Having somebody to help me with the tiny house has meant the world to me. I have been so stuck for over a year. I'm not a carpenter. Everything I know about building, I've taught myself when I was building my van. And, you know, I made a lot of mistakes and I learned a lot of lessons, and I see so many things that I could do so much better in my van. And I had really hoped and desired that when it came to this tiny house that I would do a more professional job. And then I got to rebuilding it, and the way that the wall and floor meet has just caused me so much stress, and I didn't know how to overcome it. So a dear friend of mine has come in and provided some amazing help and support. I am super grateful to have a sponsor for this, for the electrical system. Eventually we are going to need to get some solar panels. We are in the forest a little bit. Thanks to my dear friend's help getting this floor piece in, actually all of the floor pieces in, and cleaning up because we had birds' nests in here over the winter. You can see there's remnants up here. I just feel so freaking grateful because I had hit such a wall, and now the floor will be in, and then I can actually I got hiccups, start working on framing and putting windows in and actual construction. I mean, I still have to take this out and make sure that the wall here is properly supported here and here, as I also have to do for these beams, which are suspended in midair, so they have to have an upright that goes here as well. So there's some more structural work to be done to make this building sound, but it is clean again. It has got brand new plywood for the floor, which will eventually be covered over by flooring, of course. But what a relief. What a relief to have my roadblock cleared, and hopefully better do more work on this beautiful cabin. It is super cute. And all around it we have little chocolate lilies, and there's some wild asparagus growing and Oregon grape, and it's just a beautiful spot to be. Okay, more work is going to happen tomorrow. Hello, kitten. Hello. Telling me I should dig my potatoes when you're sitting on top of the carrot. Things are starting to move on the tiny house. The parts, the windows, the doors have been ordered. Things are arriving. We've got sinks and batteries. I've got an amazing battery sponsor for when we install the 12-volt electricity. All incredibly exciting and all a good motivation for me to start getting stuff done. It is September now, and I really need to get a move on before it is too far into fall so that we can get the building at least watertight. Just a little bit more dry over fall, and then we can continue doing the stuff inside. So today I am going down there with some overhead reinforcement beams. We've got some 6x2s to give some more rigidity to the building, because when I removed walls and stuff it became a little bit wobbly, and we've had some structural engineering consultation, some expert advice, and have purchased some bits and pieces that are going to make it a lot stronger and stabler, which is awesome. And all of the interior has been planned around where the doors and windows are going to go. So I'm going to haul those down there. Feels really nice to be working on the tiny house as a distraction for wanting my own cabin. I hope that one day the cabins that I'm working on will belong to me. It will be my buildings. But it's good practice. Like, I'm improving my woodwork skills, I'm improving my carpentry, I'm getting better at planning. Hopefully that help us get these here, here, and here.
This is it, life's not infinite, it's the only chance we get. So why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? Will it click? Looking for the next new fix.
Oh, like a glove.
Is this the new kind of sick? Why are we waiting?
My drill is on its last legs. I dropped it and it cracked in the body, and so this wire inside the drill only works sometimes. I need to buy a new one. Great, extra stabilization. Next one goes along here, and then the final one does the same thing up here, and I have to change the settings so you can actually see it.
It's always pay to enter. Live life funny, make some money, spend it all to feel less crummy, and think that we've made it.
Oh, this battery's dead.
Think that we
I have to hand saw it, and I can't even screw the rest of it in because it's the same battery on this as it is for the drill, so we're gonna have to cut it and then come back later.
They say they have the answers.
Okay, I purposefully cut it long by about an inch so that I can cut it more accurately when I get the solar battery charged.
It's always paid to enter and enter.
I am back at the tiny house and I've just removed the beam that went across to there. It was blocking the ceiling height. Next I've got to grind off these nails. 2 down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go. Which means new windows are gonna go in here, and this is gonna have a window and a wall. This is gonna have a door and a window, and this is gonna have a door. Good for my soul, the timing of it and how cathartic it is to be working on a tiny house again and manifesting my own while doing so. That's where we're at. So thanks for being here. Nothing is level, nothing is straight. And then it's a question of, do I fill this gap in? This bit here. What do you think?
Friend. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that one hurt. Oh, man. Oh. Ow.
Ow!
Well,
It does fit, look, see?
it wouldn't fit it. It wouldn't fill it perfectly.
No. Ask your friends for help. It makes such a world of difference. Thank you. We have window, we have wood, we are rebuilding things, we are framing. These 2 windows are the next to be framed in. And then I'm framing in a door. So the first job that I have done is I've put extra support beams under these floor joists, because previously they were just nailed sideways this way with nothing actually underneath. Over here I have framed in this and added a bit of a header, and I have started adding a bit of a header here as well, and I'm going to do the same here before bringing it all to match this level and having them all come to here. We've got another joist that's going to go on front of here, and in this doorway we're going to bring it in a little bit more because it's currently a little bit wide. Can I do this with one hand? No. Up here we have all the insulation, and so I've had some wonderful help, and so all of the walls have been stripped because there were mouse dens behind there, and we have got now ready to have insulation put in for me to run all of the wiring. That's really exciting. We're making progress, folks. We're making bloody good progress. The tiny house is taking shape. It is going to be such a beautiful building with a view out to the forest here, big picture windows. The kitchen is going to be along this side. Over this side in this back wall is going to be a couch area. Along this wall is going to be our dinette, some seating and eating area with a beautiful door that we recently picked up. So that should be arriving tomorrow. Maybe another one of these windows will arrive today. Things are coming along. Here is our very clever system of remembering what we're going to do. How many switches, how many lights, how many plugs, etc. Let me.
You feel like summer days to me, warm tender sunny rays. I hope that we are meant to be. You say nothing at all when we meet, yet somehow I know your history.
I am super grateful to have a sponsor for this, for the electrical system. Eventually we are going to need to get some solar panels. We are in the forest a little bit, so there is only kind of this speckled sunlight, so I'm going to have to run some cord from the batteries to a little bit further away where I can place the solar panels to charge this whole system. But I don't think it's going to be a large consumption. The fridge will run on propane, and so really if we're not charging our phones, which is probably only like 5 to 15 watts, the fridge and the water pump will be the main draws, and the water heater will run off propane. So this little tiny house is coming along. I'm very excited to be doing this build, and I'm super grateful for you all keeping at me and saying, what's happening with the tiny house? What's happening with the tiny house? And for my friend who has come to help me and given me some oomph and momentum to keep going on this project. So here you have it. This little building. Now, as a reminder, I do not own this building. This is not going to be my permanent home. It is on a friend's property. I am doing this as a favor, both to get some practice in my building skills and so that I can come and stay here with them sometimes. I am still looking for my own tiny house, but what better way to practice my skills than doing something cute like this, converting this old kids' playhouse into a little off-grid cabin. Because it's my friends, I am therefore doing all the work and they're paying for all the materials, so the fancy windows and stuff are not coming out of my pocket. I'm very graciously being supplied these things and all the timber and building materials so that I can build this. It's a win-win! If you have enjoyed the tiny house cabin build series, please give this video a big thumbs up and click the notification bell down below. It helps me a lot. You can share and one up and big up this video so that more people see it if you really enjoyed it. And Patreons will see behind the scenes, so a huge thank you for your support. I'm also telling them exactly where I'm at with the tiny house / my own cabin search. And don't forget, there is a whole playlist of tiny house videos from the very start where I started ripping out all the kids' playground stuff to convert this into this off-grid little cabin. Go back and watch them if you haven't already seen where we started and where we are now, and I'm so thankful. Thanks to the sponsor for this week's video, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!